Welcome to the Indie Film Hustle Podcast, episode number 219. Happiness is found when you stop comparing yourself to other people. Anonymous.
Broadcasting from the back alley in Hollywood, it's the Indie Film Hustle Podcast, where we show you how to survive and thrive as an indie filmmaker in the jungles of the film biz. And here's your host, Alex Ferrari.
Welcome, my Indie Film Hustlers, to another episode of the Indie Film Hustle Podcast. I am your humble host, Alex Ferrari. Today's episode is brought to you by Blackbox. Blackbox is a new platform and community that is all about financial freedom for filmmakers like you. If you join Blackbox, you will be transformed from being a worker to being a maker of your own content, and you'll be making steady passive income from the global market. Blackbox currently allows you to upload your stock footage once, get it to many global agencies, and then allows you to share that passive income stream with your collaborators. Whether you want to submit old footage that's been sitting around in your hard drives or create brand new content, Blackbox is for you. It's really quite revolutionary. With Blackbox, filmmakers can concentrate on making great content while Blackbox takes care of all the business BS. Just visit www.blackbox.global to find out more. Today's show is also sponsored by AmazingMusicTracks.com. Amazing Music Tracks is an online licensing platform that offers production music created by award-winning Hollywood film composers. What's awesome about this service is that you only pay a one-time fee and you can use the music on unlimited film projects in perpetuity. Over the next couple weeks, AmazingMusicTracks.com is offering a subscription model that can receive up to 70% off each music track. Trust me, if you do a lot of film production, you should definitely take advantage of this opportunity. So head over to AmazingMusicTracks.com. So guys, I wanted to give you an update. I am just going crazy on this top secret project. So I'm sorry I'm a little late this week. You guys will understand when I tell you what I've been working on in the lab. So I cannot wait to share this information for you. But until then, today on the show, we have Carlos Moreno Jr., who's one of the stars of Pixar's Coco and one of my favorite films of the year. If you have not seen Coco, you should definitely watch it. It is by far one of my favorite films of 2017. And we talk a lot about animation, about Pixar, about how he's working. And then he's also a director and has a new short film that we're going to talk about as well. And he's involved with this insanely cool app as well that he's going to be announcing as well. So it's a whole bunch of stuff that we talked about at Sundance. So again, thank you to Media Circus PR for helping us with these series of interviews. We have a few more left from my Sundance experience. And we're also joined by Kyle Devero, who is a co-writer and star of that short film that we're talking about, Panacea. So the episode is just plumb full of cool stuff, and we also get a bit emotional in this episode. So without any further ado, here's my conversation with Carlos Moreno Jr. Welcome to the show, guys. I'd like to welcome
Carlos Moreno Jr.
Kyle Devero.
And I want to have you guys on because you have a ton of stuff to talk about.
Yeah.
Many different projects, but first I wanted to get into Coco, which is arguably my favorite film of the year.
Oh.
I absolutely loved it. We've never had anyone on the show that talks, that's been in, first of all, has worked with Pixar and gone through the whole animation process. So that must have been, tell me what the experience like working behind the curtain at Oz.
The experience is you never know how is it going to come out because you're there in a booth and the director is directing you, say this line, say it word. Can you elongate the word instead of just and? It's and different pitches and different sounds. And
you did how many characters?
Four little characters.
Which ones did the characters do?
Well, the most memorable one is the Corn Man. So Corn Man, and then I have the other funny little characters. But Corn Man is the main guy.
Nice. And then. So did you just go in for a few days and that's it? Or how long were you there?
A couple days.
Couple days?
Yeah, it's a couple days, and it's you act like an 8-year-old or a 10-year-old. So it's not really work. You just go out there and have fun.
And you recorded at Pixar?
No, we recorded it at Warner Brothers.
Okay, so nice. And the director was there with you?
All the way.
And what was your experience when you first saw the movie? As a Latino?
I cried, man.
I
laughed. I cried. I saw my family there.
Oh, yeah.
I saw myself in there. I mean, I play a little bit of guitar. Makes me want to go and pick up the guitar again.
It
has that magical tone, that universal theme that I think that's why people are really resonating with it. Which is family and love, basically.
Family and love, and it's a very, very powerful film. Arguably one of my favorite Pixar movies of all time.
Thank you.
Really was good. Now, do you do a lot of animation? Do you like to do voiceovers?
I've done 2 other ones, but it's still kind of new for me.
Nice. It's good work if you
It was Happy Feet too. That one was fun.
Nice.
I got to play a little penguin.
Nice.
And then there was another one. It's Legoland the movie.
That must have been
so that was fun too.
Who'd you play in Legoland?
A lot of little Legos that die and have fun. No, because you have to make all these little voices.
Sure,
right?
sure.
But there's nothing like just being right there present, and then you just commit whatever it is. You just gotta commit.
And when you got the call from assuming your agent saying, "Hey, you're going to be in a Pixar movie,"
I didn't know how to react. I was like, "What? Disney?" Because I used to work for Disney a long time ago.
Doing what?
So I was a tester. I used to test video games.
No, nice.
Yeah, way back in 97.
Yes.
97, 98.
Also another good job if you can get it.
Yeah. You sit down a lot. And
it's not as glamorous as they think. Everyone thinks it is. You play video games all day.
It kind of goes really nice because it's like full circle.
Nice.
And once you work with the mouse, Mickey Mouse.
The mouse. No, mouse.
Yeah.
I went to school in Orlando where the mouse was very present at all times. So talk about the new short film you did. Which is the name again?
It's called Panacea.
So tell me a little bit about that. First of all, I heard there was a unique story of how it was even produced.
Yes. It's a short film. It's 22 minutes long. Mm-hmm. Kyle over here, my buddy, we were working on a project, and we were sitting down, and then I get a phone call, and it's like, "Hey," it's my DP. It's like, "Hey, I have access to an Alexa."
That's
now
nice.
You're not gonna say no to that. So I went like, "So what do you want me to do?" He goes, "Can you shoot something like super fast?" And within a week. So it was a gift that they gave us, and then I just called Kyle.
Like we have an Alexa.
I was sitting next to you.
Yeah, I know. And I'd say, "Here, let's just write this thing." It turned out to be 7 days. We had the Alexa on Friday, was 4 or 5 days, and then Monday when they returned, it was another 4 or 5 days. So just that alone gave us the ability to rehearse a little bit. So we rehearsed We rehearsed a lot out of it.
You can say crap. It's okay.
Okay.
It's okay.
But my other actors, I really didn't have that much time with them. It was just, okay, we're all going to get together. We're going to rehearse for a couple of hours, and then let's just be. I did give them the permission to just be present and not too shy away from what the theme is. Mm-hmm. And it ended up being something, it's quite special. I remember I was editing, and I think it was a few hours later, 8 hours later, I would say, I started looking at it and I started to cry because I saw my aunt in there. I saw my grandfather.
Can you tell us a little bit about what it is?
Yeah, it's Panacea. It's about dying with dignity. Mm-hmm. Every so often that comes up in films, and it comes out in people news. So because of my aunt, that she went through something similar when she passed, I would look her in her eyes, and all I could do is just hold her hand, and she was like, "Help me." Yeah. So it's very painful,
I've been there.
But it's quite beautiful at the same time. So we try to put a lot of humor into this, so it's not so heavy. And I think that's how people are resonating, because they see themselves in this character, or what we're going through with this guy.
And what did you think when he called you and said, "We have an Alexa"?
Well, I was sitting next to him when he got the call. We were working on something.
Sure.
And you don't know Carlos like I know Carlos.
Sure.
Carlos gets up. He's like, "What are we going to do?" And I'm like, "All right, calm down. We'll figure this out. We'll come up with something."
Sure.
Just, sit on it. Don't worry too much about it. So we finished doing what we were doing. I left the house. And then the next day he called me. He's like, I watched this episode of Vice, and I think I have something
HBO
here.
Vice.
We can, something hit home with him. And he told me the whole story. I ended up watching the episode myself, and, we ended up meeting up, putting together the script, and then just went from there.
And now there's an app that's involved.
Yes.
Can you tell me a little about that?
Sure. So once I, wrote Panacea, I have a friend of mine, his name is Mel Ramirez. Mm-hmm. So Mel had talked to me about this idea, this app, which is called the Legacy app. Mm-hmm. And it's basically videos, messages that you have that you can record yourself, and then whenever you want, you can send those messages long after you passed. So they're quite something, they're special.
Very special.
We'll be right back after a word from our sponsor. And now back to the show.
Because, the first thing when we leave or someone leaves us, what do? You go to the phone and you look through the pictures and you want to get as much information. So he told me about this and I said, hey, Mel, where is it, Mel? I said, hey, Mel, can I use the app so that we could, put it in this film? I think it'll kind of round everything up. So then this kid right over here, right after we shot, he goes, dude, we should record it. And we should record me talking to my loved ones and leaving these messages because I'm no longer there. So the messages, I think one of them was my 50th birthday, my character. Mm-hmm. So it's 20 years from now, I guess.
Sure.
So it kind of came together so perfect. And it's just the beauty of it. So you feel for this character because it's only 22 minutes, but we get you in 22 minutes. You feel in 22 minutes. You laugh in 22 minutes.
And then Legacy help with the production and help.
Legacy. Once I showed him what I had, immediately I got a call. It's like, we would like to help you, push it out there through festivals. I think people need to see this film, and I felt very, very blessed. And I told Kyle, it's like, here we go. We're going to festivals with this, and it's been really, really great to get the feedback of the people that are watching this. I have held a woman in my arms crying for 45 seconds, just tearing and saying how special this was and how beautiful and how meaningful it is.
And on a filmmaking and business side, you basically are using your film as content marketing, but not be preachy about it.
No, not
and
at
that's
all.
That is the best kind of marketing you can do.
Yes.
Because it hits an emotional cue with the audience, and you're not being preachy or anything like that.
Exactly. And it's really interesting how Coco has that theme. Then I have this Panacea.
No, it's very
I'm going, what is going on? So I think the universe is like, you're heading in the right path, Carlos. And
good for you guys.
And so we're super excited to be here. I couldn't ask
anymore. Yeah. Dude, I feel you, brother. I feel you, man. Now, I want to ask you one last question. If you were to give one piece of advice to filmmakers just starting out in the business, what would it be?
Don't give up. Try. Keep going at it. Have your voice. You're important.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's, if you have that in your mind and you want to do it, just start. Just go, and don't be afraid to make mistakes along the way, because honestly, starting is probably the hardest part. And just, keep going and learn from your mistakes, and the support is very important. Exactly. We wouldn't be here without support of the Legacy app, and friends and families. It's quite
do
special.
what you gotta do.
So we're here to stay. We're here to do more.
Yeah, and help as many people as you can. Of
course, man. It's all about that.
Give as much as you can.
The more you give, the more you get without even wanting.
Be of service.
Thank you.
Be of service. Thank you. Guys, thank you so much for being on the show.
My pleasure, man.
It.
Thank you so very much.
Pleasure, guys.
We'll see you soon, right?
All right, absolutely. Thanks, guys.
I told you this was a kind of emotional one without question. Carlos is doing some amazing stuff, and I definitely advise you guys to check out his short. And again, if you've not seen Coco, please do yourself a favor and watch an amazing story told so beautifully. It is probably one of Pixar's best films. If you're interested in getting links to anything we talked about in this episode, head over to the show notes at indiefilmhustle.com/219. I got a bunch more stuff coming, guys. Thank you for your patience. You will get a new episode next week, but you've got a throwback tomorrow. And hopefully in March, I will go back to my regular schedule programming of 2 new episodes a week. But it is a bit nutty, and you will understand why soon enough. So as always, keep that hustle going, keep that dream alive, and I'll talk to you soon.
Thanks for listening to the Indie Film Hustle podcast at indiefilmhustle.com. That's INDIEFILMHUSTLE.com.